the first thing that we've done is to optimize the general feeling of the factory and to increase our production. First, the idea was pitched by Ludwig regarding 2-second lean to implement different scenarios and different setups to make things easier and more productive, more effective. So one of the first things that we've done with 2-second lean is that we try to eliminate wastage, and wastage in all scenarios of the factory, in all aspects of the factory, from wastage on materials to wastage on time, and also wastage on rework that we had to do. So implementing systems, implementing ways to increase flow and productivity. Originally, when still studying, we did Six Sigma, and because of Six Sigma, that is a much more enhanced system of 2-second lean. The idea was there, but never on layman's terms it was easy to implement. And me and Ludwig had a little bit of a discussion regarding 2-second lean, and started reading, and after the first couple of weeks started implementing it on just small improvements and getting your team to be active on the platform, and it has made a huge difference for all of us. So yeah, I think we've made progress from where we started and where we are now. So like I said, me and Ludwig, we've come a long way, way back from my previous employer. So me and Ludwig, we built up a friendship as well as a working relationship. And like I said before, is when we sat around a table and said, how do we increase productivity? How do we get results that is not easily resolved in the current model? Me and Ludwig had a lot of conversation and a lot of idea and scope of what to do. And I think the whole process and what me and Ludwig have done and what we've achieved has come a long way. Ludwig has been a big supporter of the whole system. He's also a good friend and mentor on what we've done and what we've achieved. So I think the whole implementation has come a long way of small things and just putting minds together and getting results done. So yeah, it's been a smooth transition from where it started and where it is now. One of the big things for us at Infanta, when I started here, the whole idea of what we wanted to achieve and where we wanted to go to optimize, things has changed dramatically. So with Factory Smart, we've implemented a couple of machines to reduce the workload and also reduce the headcount that we had on work that had to be redone. So with Infanta going forward, I think for optimization purposes and where we want to be, I would like to implement a couple of things more with the machinery and also get the machinery to get to the percentages of what we expect. What the initial idea was and where we are currently is coming into play, and there's a lot of that will give the results in the immediate and in the distant future. So building Infanta and going forward and increasing volumes, the whole business has to adapt to the optimization that we try to strive for. And with Factory Smart and the implementation of the machines, it will make a future difference. So where we're standing currently, I would say there's still a lot of room for optimization. Like any business, as we progress to the next step and growth happens, we would like to go a little bit forward as well. But there's a lot of structures with optimization that needs to come in play as well in all departments, including sales, including human resources, not just the factory itself. So the more sales and the expansion of our dealer network for Infanta internationally and locally, that will also increase our future plans of where we want to optimize to, and to actually start reaching the targets and expectations that we've implemented. So for future, I'm looking forward to the future of what we can achieve. I think it's a bright path in front of us that we can use and optimize. So it's just implementing the right systems and, like I said, the whole strategic implementation of the whole business and moving forward. Okay, so going back to what we've done is on the cutting, each and every part that we cut with a laser that we've got through Factory Smart, each and everything's got a code that we use that's got cross-reference back to our drawings and our design, that A and B always speaks to each other. So the whole caravan, I've got my full setup, everything cut before it goes to cladding. So the other thing is, before it goes to our bending department, each and every part, according to the nesting that we do on the laser cutter, we allocate it as well. So each and every part, as we have extra space on our nesting, we cut extra parts out and we stack it accordingly to our part lists, and also allocate it to our boards that we use in our 2-second lean system and Factory Smart. Going this way as well, each and everything is barcoded as well. So most of our parts also have an encrypted barcode for the part that also goes back to cross-referencing on our paperwork. So what we've done also with the 2-second lean, we've started doing on the Jinko board that go back to the Toyota processing system of building parts at specific times and specific time frames. So each and everything that comes in according to our board comes back onto the shelf here, that we've got a selection of parts to not disturb our production line. So we've got a pre-assembly on this side where we go each and everything that is allocated with our doors. We put in our seals, we put in our locks, everything here, it gets done and it gets quality controlled on this side. And then we've got an allocation on each of the shelves with a barcode that goes back to the employee number and also back to the part number that is allocated to that, to save time and to not disturb the production line in the front. Coming into our production line, after the spray booth, the caravan comes into the line where all this parts needs to be allocated to the caravan. So what we've discussed as well, each and every caravan's got a number that is allocated to it, that runs all the way through from my production side on the composites all the way to the front until the caravan is done with assembly. So that number and that line on the Jinko board corresponds to each and every part that is allocated to the caravan.